Hey y'all, what's up? It's Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to show you how I clean my makeup brushes. So I do this about once or twice a week depending on what makeup I have done, and I will just gather them all up and put them in these Sonia Kashuk containers. You can get these at Target. And these are a mixture of eye and face brushes. Some are really clean, some are really dirty, but either way they need to be washed. So what I will do is I take a large dish towel. You can take a dish towel, a hand towel, doesn't matter. And I will usually use these once or twice in a row. So I will just lay this on the counter, just like so. Make sure there is no bumps or wrinkles so they can get evenly dried, and we are good to go. So this cleaning pad is amazing. I got this off of Amazon, and if I can find the link, I will put it down in the description box. But this cleaning pad has so many little shapes, lines, curves, and waves, so you can thoroughly clean your makeup brushes. And on the back are 5 little suctions, so it will stick to your sink. So we are going to zoom in and get started. So what I will do is I will take the pad and I will place it where I want it in the sink, and then I will press the suctions down so it does not move. So this bar of soap is amazing. So I call this pink zote soap. I believe the correct pronunciation is pink zote soap. So they have the pink bar and they have a white bar. The white bar I believe is unscented for sensitive skin. But both of these are amazing. They are literally $1 for this huge bar of soap. You can find this at Walmart in the laundry aisle and they last forever. So I already had a bar of soap open, but I figured for the purpose of the video, I would open a fresh one. So when you take it out of the package, this is what it looks like, and it is literally a huge pink bar of soap. Now I will say that the pink bar has a very strong citronella smell, so if you're sensitive to smells, you might want to go with the white bar. So once I am all set up, I go ahead and turn my water on, and the water preference I like it cold, barely going into warm, just because that's most comfortable for me. I feel like that doesn't put any wear and tear on my brushes. So I will turn the water on and wait for it to get just the slightest bit warm. So our water is ready. So what I will do is I will put the Zote soap in my hand ready to use. And for the purpose of this video, I looked for the dirtiest brush out of all of them, which was this blush brush, just full of orange blush. So that is what it looked like before. So what I will do is pick up the bar of soap and, oh, nope, gotta get on my knees, make sure I'm in focus because this takes a long time, y'all. So I will take this bar of soap and run it under the water just to get the surface of it wet. I will also take the brush and get that wet, and scrub-a-dub-dub we go. So already you can see how much makeup is coming off onto the bar of soap. So I just do circular motions up and down the bar of soap. Sometimes I'll even run it under the water just for another second so it gets a nice lather, just like that. I add a little more water because to me the more suds the better. So now the brush is a little cleaner, so now it's time to use our pad. So on the pad, we will do more circular motions all across it. I don't really stick to a certain area, and even then you will see how much makeup comes off on the pad. You never realize how dirty your brushes are until you clean them. So now that that brush is clean, I'm going to run it under the water, and I use my other hand to get inside the bristles, make sure there's no chunks of soap hiding in there. I will rub it in circular motions on the inside of my hand just to make sure it is extra clean. And I will wring it out. You want to make sure you get rid of all the excess water because if you leave some in there, the handle can rust. And that is what it looks like when it's clean. So now that that brush is clean, we are just going to lay it down on our towel and move on to the next one. So this bronzer brush is a perfect example of something I want to talk about. So this bronzer brush is my go-to bronzer brush. I use it all the time, every single time I do my makeup. And because I use it all the time, instead of alternating between this and another brush, it can be excessively dirty. So as you can see, I really rubbed it on the soap, and I am really rubbing it on the pad. And when I rub it on the pad, you can see all that makeup that just came up in the water. So in this case, where there is just so much product on the brush, I will decide to wash it twice. So that is what I'm going to do. I will just take the bar of soap and wash, rinse, and repeat, just to make sure it gets especially clean. So that is something I want to talk about. If you have your go-to makeup brushes, which let's face it, everybody does, I do recommend washing them multiple times in a row, washing them twice in a row. Just because, think about it, these are your go-to brushes. These are the ones that pack on the most product. These are the ones that go through it the most, that will probably get, worn out and get tossed first. So for me, I like to make sure that I wash them twice. For example, the foundation brush I am washing now. I rarely use a foundation brush, but when I do, this is my go-to. And it may look clean at first, but just look at how that water was when you washed it. And this one still had foundation like deep in there, so we went ahead and washed it twice. So just for things that you repeat, I do suggest washing them twice when you clean your makeup brushes. When it comes to how I clean my makeup brushes, I was inspired by a vlog that Juicy Jazz had put up. And if you are new to my channel, Juicy Jazz is another YouTuber here, and I am frankly obsessed with her. She is actually who inspired me to even start my channel. She is amazing. She's so funny, down to earth. But on her vlog channel, she had a small part in one of her videos where she showed how she cleaned her makeup brushes, and her video is actually what introduced me to the Zote soap. I mean, makeup cleanser and makeup brush cleaner can be so expensive. This Zote soap, I would have never thought about it. Like, I've never even seen or heard of this before her video. And this stuff is literally $1. It lasts so long, and it gets the job done so fast. So if you want to check out Juicy Jazz's main channel, her vlog channel, she is amazing. I love her, so I will leave her link in the description box. So I have actually skipped through the rest of the face brushes because frankly I don't need to explain every single brush, but now we are moving to eye brushes, and this is essentially the same concept, just a slight difference. So as you can see, this one is extremely blue. So like I said, same concept. The only difference is I go a little softer when it comes to my eye brushes. I still go in circular motions, but I would almost say it's like a feathering technique where it's not like pushing on the bar of soap. Just because I feel like for me, eye brushes can get ruined the fastest because they are the most sensitive, if that makes any kind of sense. But besides just the softer touch, it is the same concept, rubbing it on the soap, rubbing it on the pad, rinsing it, wringing it out, and it is all clean. So in total, when I go to clean my makeup brushes, I will probably take between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just depending on how many brushes I was cleaning, how dirty they were, if I had to clean them more than once. Just because I am very thorough. I know for a lot of people it will probably take less time. It probably doesn't even take 30 minutes. But just for me, I like to be really, really thorough. I take pride in my skin. I don't like to put like a lot of bacteria on my skin. And nobody really thinks of that either. That makeup brushes can hold so much bacteria. Just really think about like all the gunk that's in there, especially if you don't clean them. So I just like to be really, really thorough. Our brushes are all done, so now what I'll do is I will pick up the pad out of the sink and I'll give it a nice rinse. I'll rub my fingers on it. Sometimes I will let it set in hot water and soap, but for now I just give it a nice rinse, shake it out, and set it to the side. So when I am done, I always have paper towels on standby just because I am kind of an aggressive cleaner. So the dirty makeup water can kind of splash everywhere. So I will just clean up my mess. I hate whenever I leave a mess, when someone else leaves a mess. I'm very OCD. So I will just clean up all the dirty makeup. I'll clean up the residue from the soap just to make sure there's no like stains. It's a pain in the butt, y'all, having white counters. Honestly, it sucks. Also, something I do after I'm done washing my brushes is I will take some more paper towels, fold them to match the size of the soap, and that is where my soap will live until I am ready to wash my brushes again. I don't really like putting it away anywhere just because I don't want any of my drawers to get any kind of residue. One thing I will say with the Zote soap is it will kind of strip your hands of moisture sometimes, so I always wash my hands when I'm done. I get all my soap from Bath & Body Works. I love their soap, so I will just really scrub my hands so they regain some of their moisture back. So that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. It will take about 24 hours for the brushes to completely dry. Sometimes I will flip them so both sides get equal amounts of air. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye!